I guess one thing that I wanted to kind of follow up on, is talking about after certain situations happen, whether it's CPR or a case, and kind of decompressing after. What is that like? And I guess from your experience being in such a high stress environment, having so many things to think about in an emergency situation, what about that process could be taken into other individuals' lives?
Um,
And why is it important, really?
that's a loaded question because I just kind of we were talking about this last night too. It was one of those things like took me a while to like understand like okay, hey, like you can't go 24/7 or it's gonna end you. And because for
Mm,
so long, like I was He Man. I was like, okay, nothing's gonna bother me, whatever. And we had a really bad call last year, and we were talking about it last night. I instead of sitting here taking like 15-30 minutes drinking a water, just sitting there by myself, went back in service and ran like the rest of the 24 hours. And we never went to talk to anybody, never did anything like that. And like that's bad for you. So like, after calls now, like me and my partner will talk about it. We'll say, hey, like here's what could have been better. Are you good? Okay, I'm good. You know. And then now we have a little thing where like we'll go to lunch somewhere like down the road and we'll just sit there and like we'll talk about something other than that. Like my partner at my government job worked for the highway patrol for a few years, so like he'll tell stories about that, or like we'll talk about just random things. And it's like do this stuff to make your mind get off of it, but also realize like it's always going to be there, and it's okay to it's okay for it to be there. Don't try to push it away. Like recognize it's there and recognize, okay, what do I need to do to get rid of this, and then do it. So
right. So to get rid of it, I guess beyond just talking to your peers, like what else would you recommend? Would you say like working out? Would you say meditating? Like what's your real jam?
um everything, I mean, everyone does things differently. I try to work out, or I like to go on hikes here, especially living in Tennessee. We have a ton of beautiful hiking trails. Everyone's different, and there's positive ways to get rid of it, and there's also negative ways to get rid of it. And that's one thing that I feel like a lot of people, oh well, I'm not thinking about it. Well, yeah, you're drinking a whole thing of Jack Daniels every night to forget about it, and that's not okay. And we've all
Let's
been there.
sure. Let's talk about that. Like, that's a topic that we actually discussed before on this show, and I just want to know your perspective, like why is it important to not have these negative things? Because, a person could be like, "Oh, I'm just having not even a bottle. I'm just having a couple of drinks and I just 3 or 4 or I'm just watching TV for 8 hours straight." Why is that a negative thing, Joseph?
Um, the drinking aspect, it's like because like two or three adds up to 6, 8, then 10, 12, and then you're coming to work hungover, coming to work drunk, and that's not okay. The whole
Sure.
TV thing, like my dad did it that way. My dad worked a bunch, and he would come home and watch TV the rest of the night. But it's like the TV thing for me is you're not being present with your family, and when you're home, you should be with your family because at the end of the day, that's who has your back.
Definitely.
Like I have a great mom, I have a great girlfriend, both great support systems. Um, it's not in, even if the person you're with is not in the field you're in, it's okay to still, like, they still want to hear about your day. Don't think because, oh, they're not some firefighter, paramedic, whatever. Like, if they care about you, they want to hear about your day and know you're okay. And, versus like staying in your TV, staying in your Xbox, like, talk to your family, talk to your loved ones, like, go work out, go do something with your kids because, like, sitting here and, like, being in your bubble doesn't fix anything.
Absolutely. And even beyond that, I think it's just you're kind of just trying to push that pain away. Like you're using the television as like I guess the source to just numb the pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess like sometimes like if you just don't have that support system, I think that's okay. Well, with certain things. I think television
Yeah.
once in a while, other things, substance abuse and all that. Try your best not to get into that. But like that support system aspect, that's a very critical part. And, in the age of social media and phones and internet and all that kind of jazz, that's gone away. So I guess just from your experience, Joseph, what does social support mean for you? What does it look like? And I guess what would you recommend for people to have? And why is it important for people to have?
Um, I never really appreciated it. I kind of got to like a very bad mental state last year, and I pushed everybody away. Like 2 years, me and my girlfriend will be together. She's great, and I was always like, I'm okay, I'm okay. You don't understand what I'm feeling. I'm okay. And we work for the same place, so it's not like she's not in the field, doesn't get it. But it got to the point where she was like, and I get why she does it because everyone else says it. Okay, if he's not going to talk to me, I'm just not going to bother. And
Yeah.
it got to the point where I was like, okay, like if you're not going to bother, I'm not going to be here anymore. Like if you don't care, and at this, like I had to step back, and I got COVID back in November, and
Wow.
like
Sorry to
I
hear.
make a joke, but it's COVID was the best thing to happen to me because it saved my career and it saved my relationship. Because I said, okay, it's not like she's not caring about me. You're not being present. You're not sitting here giving her what she needs. She wants to be here for you. Talk to her about what's going on. And if she doesn't understand it, she doesn't understand it. And it took a while to sit here and like learn how to communicate with each other. She's not good
Sure.
with like mental health stuff, and that's fine. But at least she can be there. She knows how I feel, and I have like my friends to be there for mental health stuff. And with my mom, like family's family, they'll always be here for you no matter what. Um, but having a good support system, I mean, you need that, especially if you're going to be in this field. Like you can't go at this alone. Whether if you don't have family, okay, if you don't have a significant other, that's fine too. But like I'm around my partner more than I am my family. We work 24 on and 72 hours off. And I do that, 2 times a week, 3 times a week. I'm with them more than I am my own family. Lean on them. They're the ones you're going through everything with.
Definitely.
A lot of people, there's a big stigma with mental health, especially in this field. Like, oh, there's a stigma with mental health everywhere, and I think I put that in like the little show notes in the beginning. Um, it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to sit here and say, "Hey, like I need a break, and I need to talk to somebody," because
Right.
like eventually it's gonna come and get you, and it's gonna be hard to get out of it. So
It's kind of like depth with interest, eh? Yeah. So